And we're now live.
Hey everybody, this is Craig Zablo, and I'm here with John Beatty at his beautiful downtown Daytona Beach studio,
Good afternoon.
JBS International. And we're going to do Black Friday Stallone. John is going to do a combination Jack Carter and John Wick drawing. And we need to make sure that everyone can hear us. So please, if you're in the room and everything is fine with the sound, give us type in that you can hear it, and we're good to go.
And I will say something so that you can hear me and make sure that both of our voices are coming across okay. And I'd like to also mention that we have guest Ron in the studio today also. Ron, you want to say hello?
Hello.
There he is. So
Man,
he's going to be hanging
out. Tater Shed says, "Oh, can hear." I'm wondering if he's saying no can hear. All Good Production says I can hear everyone.
Hey, G. How you doing, man?
I can hear. Okay, we should be good to go then, John.
Okay, sounds good. I guess since this one is kind of Stallone and John Wick, although that sounds odd, Carter. Carter and John Wick centric. You might want to field any questions or start some.
Well, I'll just say that the whole idea of the Black Friday Stallone started about a decade ago. And John and I were talking about doing something on the day after, and he was like, "We'd been doing
had nothing to do.
We'd been doing a lot of." Well, you were doing those head sketches, and you decided you're going to do me a drawing.
But your wife went out shopping all the time,
and so we decided to do it, and we did it for a couple of years, and now we're back at it. I've always I collect Stallone sketches, and I'm a big fan of John Wick. John finally saw John Wick. He didn't know what he was missing.
I saw John Wick Part 2 on an airplane, and I cursed all of my friends for not letting me know about it. Nobody told me, "Have you seen John Wick?" that I remember.
Well, I had gotten a couple of sketches of Carter and Wick because I always thought that's a great combo, and showed them to you, but you were just thinking it was another crazy Stallone sketch.
I thought it was like some comic book character or something.
Yeah. So
anyway, long story short is I finally got up to speed, and just as soon as everyone was like, "Oh, great, you can watch John Wick 1 on Netflix," they took it off. So it's no longer available on Netflix. So I will see it sometime. I just don't know when and where.
And actually, I mean, they're both great, but I think John Wick, the first one, is slightly better, but your mileage may vary. We want to thank everyone that's tuning in, and if you like what John's doing, not just today, but other days, please know that he has his own YouTube channel, and he does a 7 a.m. drawing every morning, and you can see past ones because they're recorded and saved. If you like what you see, give us the thumbs up right below the screen, and we invite you to share it on Twitter and Facebook, and whatever your social media choice is.
Did a Deathstroke this morning already. So this is live stream 2 of 3 today.
And is it too early to talk about your Black Friday sketch offer that you're doing, John?
No, you can go right ahead.
So today, everyone's out shopping on their Black Friday sales, and John said, "You know what? I think I'm going to do one." And so he has offered up anyone that would like to get a sketch. Normally they're $50. He's going to do it for 20% off, so you can get one for $40. It's a sketch, a character of your choice that John will pencil and ink, and shipping is free. But you have to get your order in by Cyber Monday, which is this coming Monday. It's a great deal. Absolute great deal. All Good. Ron says, "Don't mess with his puppy." Talking about John Wick. from the first movie.
That's right.
And then All Gold Production says, "Hello, all. I had this open on my laptop in the living room, and you guys started talking, and I thought someone walked through the front door."
Well, they kind of did, AG.
That's true. That's absolutely true. Michael Buffer did pop in to say that he did trademark that there, sir.
And the papers are in the mail.
Ron's the quiet man in the studio.
Oh, he'll get talking there later.
We'll get a splitter and we'll put him on headphones too. Ha! All Good's laughing at that. I don't know if anyone in this group has seen Creed 2, but if you have, I'd love to hear your opinion on it.
That came out
Tuesday.
Oh, okay.
Sneak peek.
Hey, you forgot to ask Jared.
I did. Well, he was on the cruise ship, so he couldn't have seen it. After our first session today, after John's first session today, Jared showed up, and he was driving home, and we actually went to breakfast with them, with his family, his lovely family. Mike Cross just popped in. He says, "Where's the friggin' Estelle Getty?"
That's what I want to know, Mike. I think one year it's going to have to be Estelle Getty.
Stop or my mom will shoot.
And believe me, she will.
She doesn't play, or she didn't when she was alive. Mike Cross jumping in.
Mike Cross needs to call in.
Mike Cross, you need to call in, sir. If we're friends on Facebook, you can Facebook message me, and we can put you on the program on the live stream live.
Now remember your language, though.
Yes.
Got to keep it
family friendly.
Family friendly. I don't want a YouTube TOS like which Mr. Huggins.
One of my friends is a best-selling author. His name's James Byron Huggins, and he called in today. I mean, I texted him beforehand. He uses a lot of colorful language, and I said, when we're talking to you, keep it family friendly. And man, he was
bombs flew.
Yeah, and I was just like, whoa, hey, hold on there. Green Lantern HG just said, "Morning, everybody," and he said, "Holy cow, I made it to one of your live drawing sessions."
Hey.
Ron says, "Earmuffs." Oh, okay. Noah, the Hyper Potato, said, "I was told there would be Atari Force."
Oh. Did Jared tell you that?
It led down the wrong path on that one.
Yes. Although Atari Force was some nice work.
Jose Garcia Lopez.
Yep.
Finest. That was good stuff.
Yes, it was. Interesting concept that they took for a comic book, and I remember reading it and being a fan of it.
Yeah. I remember reading it and going, you know what? The story's not that great, but I love the art. And just like, for that.
Yeah, I liked it. I think I even enjoyed the stories.
Mike Cross says, "I'll call in about an hour. You guys going for a while?"
Yes.
I can assure you that you won't hear me snoring today or being tired. I didn't work all this. Well, I worked Monday, so I'm good. I'm good to go.
You call that work?
Well, I do.
You punched in, right?
I punch in. I punch out. Answer a few questions.
So therefore it's work.
Well, people say sitting and drawing is not work, but we know different.
No, I'm saying that represents work. You punched in, you punched out.
Well, actually, I don't punch in or punch out, but
oh well, okay.
I do have to keep track of the time, though. Not that they're going to give me overtime.
So you punch in.
Well, okay.
You don't?
Not really.
How do you keep track of the time?
I write it down.
Oh man.
Time sheet.
They don't know about the new stuff like time clocks and stuff.
I guess they probably do.
Why wouldn't they use technology?
I don't know. Now, Mike Cross is saying, I'll call in about an hour. And then he said, this is an easy Stallone as opposed to the Expendables tattoo one that you did some years back.
No, he made it harder by putting another character in that is actually more I mean, yeah, that's more interesting.
What's funny is like I used to only do Stallone, and it was just a single character. And then I've branched out and I've done Stallone with my favorite Stallone with Carter, of course, but I've done Stallone with Raylan Gibbons from Justified. I'm trying to think of the other combinations. Mostly it was, but Little John has some interesting combinations of characters that he'll do. Um, Green Lantern HG says when Zablo, he didn't say Zablo, but it's about me. When I go to work, it's called the George Costanza work. Park the car in front and take off. What other good combinations can you think of that would go with the Stallone character?
That's your expertise, sir. I don't sit around dwelling on
that.
Yeah.
Okay, well, there you go. John Byrne did the whole Captain America and a vampire thing. That seemed a little weird at the time, but it was very cool. All Gold Production says, I saw you talking about the weather. I have to run to the storage shed and get shovels for the big snowstorm on Sunday. Yay.
Oh, yeah. I know. I saw that.
Down here in Florida, we shovel sunshine. You ever shoveled snow there, John Beatty?
No.
John says that sounds like manual labor.
That's manual labor.
It's not fun.
I'm sure it's not. I had to dig my car out a couple of times in Connecticut when it got snowed over, only to have the snowplow come and blow the snow back on it later. I guess you just got to get them out so they don't freeze. I don't know.
Yeah.
Seemed kind of foolish to be doing.
Mike Cross says you shovel something. Mike just sits back and waits for the setup, and then he knocks them out of the park.
Well, that's why we like him.
He is a funny guy.
Oh, he's funny.
Ron says, get the snowblower.
That's the way to do it. But didn't have one.
I'm going to shoot a text to Little John, see if he's out there.
Because he's out there.
He has some funny stuff.
He's avoiding the Stallone.
Why would he avoid us?
Well, it's the Stallone thing.
Oh, that's why. That's the only reason I could think of.
If this was a Shazam.
Gomer Pyle?
No, it's Shazam. Captain Marvel.
Ah, he does like that.
Then he might be into hizzy. I just want to thank everybody who came out for this today, whoever's in the room.
Well, we've got some folks joining us. Let's see. Mike Cross says, did Craig pull out the Stallone binder to get you that reference?
That's a funny thing, Mike Cross. The John Wick reference is beautiful, nice, high-res photographs, easy to find. You go to Get Carter Stallone, and man, the quality of the photographs and the reference is not what one would remember. So I went to Craig thinking he would have something better than what I could find on the internet. And he really didn't have much.
There wasn't a whole ton of stuff for Get Carter. And like you said, John, it just wasn't the same resolution or picture quality back then. Like we're talking that long ago.
Well,
but it was.
Not that it was that long ago. It's
Mike
just
Cross says, yeah, I provided you with VHS reference.
that. Hey, that's about right.
Mike Cross.
The grain is hostage quality.
Mike Cross also said, John, talking about Little John's got a neat Where's Superman thing going right now with a lot of unique characters. Are you familiar with what Little John did with that, John?
Me?
Yeah.
No.
So he gets sketches from artists, and he's got an overarching theme of Superman's missing, and different artists are interpreting characters looking for Superman, and he's telling a whole story through like single illustrations. So you might have, Batman and someone else, and they're looking for Superman, but it's a really cool theme idea. All Gold Productions said I rented this movie on VHS. Everybody's got jokes today.
Which one?
The Carter Wick.
Oh.
But Little John comes up with these really cool, unique ideas for different characters. So he'll put like John McClane from Die Hard, and he'll put him with Burt Reynolds from Sharky's Machine, and the same kind of thing. And
I think that's a good combination.
Yeah, he comes up with these really cool ideas.
And your problem is?
I can't come up with such cool ideas. Although I think it's hard to beat John Wick and Jack Carter.
Okay, I'm gonna be the fanboy. Who would win
between the two of them?
Yeah,
John Wick would, because he would shoot him in the head immediately,
even on the continental grounds.
Yeah, he doesn't play. John Wick does that. That's one thing I really like about his character. He just if you get into it with John Wick, he's going to end it as quick as he can. He's not going to play around. He's just.
So you're saying Wick is quick?
That's right. That's right.
Makes sense.
Opinion on John Wick versus the Punisher. All Gold says Get Carter would win back in the day. Opinion on John Wick versus the Punisher there, Mr. Beatty? Ron's asking that.
Well,
go with the traditional, whoever's writing. We'll decide that.
I don't know. Yeah, that's to be determined.
There's a book, and I should know who wrote it. And he was doing all of these.
Call your friend.
He was doing all of these.
Maybe he'll think he's being interviewed now.
Yeah, he was doing all of these team ups. So he contacted me, and he was like, I want your opinion on Rocky versus Rambo. And we're going to put it in the book. There's going to be a little drawing. I'm going to say I'm talking to the expert, and you'll get a copy of the book, which he did send me a copy of the book. But he had like Rocky versus Rambo. He had Satan versus Santa. All of these different. And I was like, he took an idea that we all had when kids, like Superman versus the Hulk, Ben Grimm versus, whoever, and made a book out of it. Got to give him a credit for that. Very little credit though, right, John Beatty?
Well, I don't know. Depends on how his book did.
Good
did
point.
It do well?
I do not know. I know I got a copy of it, so I know it's out there.
Why don't you look it up on the Amazon
Hot 100?
Well, don't they go more than 100?
I believe they do, sir.
Can't you look it up and it'll
You want me to?
Yeah, it'll tell you what the ranking of the book is.
All right, Amazon Hot 100. Let's see. We'll go to Amazon.
Wow, I'm really doing some inking on this.
Slapping down some ink, sir.
Some nice, delicate lines.
And then we're going to say...
Ron, are you able to pick these lines up?
There it is. All right, so... Santa vs. Satan, the official compendium of imaginary fights, came out in
I like the title. And they should.
Wow, number 482 in the Kindle store on Kindle Books.
See, that's
47 in the Kindle store on Entertainment. 1247 on Kindle Books for Entertainment Parody. So, 1,000,000. Can this be right? It's an Amazon bestseller of 1,000,005. Oh, is that where it came in at, or did it sell a million?
That's a good question.
It's the rank, so it's 1,581,100.
But what was its top rank? How long has it been out?
Since 2008.
See, so that's 10 years.
Yeah.
And you know, wonder what its top ranking was. You know, they should have that, like what the top ranking of a book was too, what its current ranking.
Says it's fun when the tools cooperate. Mike Cross says there's room in there for Liam Neeson from Taken.
Okay, we'll make a note of that. And Craig, do you want me to add that in?
No, I'm good. All Gold Production says I'm house sitting for my brother, and I brought over a few boxes of comics. I need a bag and board, including all your Kelly Jones Batman work. Good stuff.
Oh, thank you. That was good times.
2 years on that book?
3.
3 years on that book.
Well, 8 years. 8 years total work on Batman, but 3 years on the actual monthly.
And then how many? 3 graphic novels?
Well, 8 years total of different projects.
That was some detailed stuff.
They call me Mr. Detail.
All Gold says still planning on picking up the artist edition when I can find it a bit cheaper.
Yeah, good luck on that. I don't know that they come down on those very much. Graffiti sent me 3 copies, and that's all I saw from that project.
Because they don't give you a reprint rate on that, right?
Nope. What happens is Graffiti or like IDW, when they do their books, they pay a licensing fee to the publisher. And that allows them to use the pages to reprint. And the same year that came out, Mike Zeck had his book come out through IDW. So it was like I kind of had 2 art books out that year too, but Kelly and Mike saw money I didn't.
Did they pay them?
Mike got some royalties. Kelly wound up making something. I had talked to the people at DC about it because I didn't know how it worked. The people at Graffiti had told me they pay a licensing fee. This is how I knew this, that they pay a licensing fee to DC Comics, Warner Brothers, whatever. And then once they get their costs back or whatever, they decide how they want to split the money up. And the guy did say it's not a lot, but that's kind of relative. I mean, who knows how much it was? I mean, I have no idea. It could have been, maybe it was $500. Maybe it was 50,000. I have no idea. But I didn't see a penny from it.
Hoggold says that's crazy. They don't pay artists, and he got the Zeck one.
Yeah, same thing with the Zeck one. I got nothing, but I did get some comp copies. IDW, Scott Dembier, know him. He sent me 6 copies, so I did get 3 more.
You've got the Steranko one, didn't you, John?
Yeah.
That's a beautiful one. Showed it to me. I asked it like a question, but I did think you had it. Mike Cross says, tell Craig to get closer to the microphone, please, and thank you.
Other than that, how's the sound? I think Craig's just talking a little low.
Pick it up again.
He needs to give it a hey now. Hey now. Did you have any contests like you did before for your Stallone zoners?
Contest?
You know, trivia.
Do that.
Are there any Stallone zoners in here?
Who are the Stallone fans out there listening?
Tell you.
That'd be funny if there was a flood of John Wick fans that came in, though.
Yeah. Hashtag with John Wick.
Mike Cross.
Mike Cross will keep a conversation going.
He can bring up some stuff.
What's he bringing up now?
Nothing.
Oh, okay.
Tell me to get closer to the
Did you tell him the mic is wrapped around your head that you can't really get closer?
All right, Green Lantern HG says the best Yo Adrian wins a high five. Let Ron start that one. Go ahead, Ron. Winner.
Yeah.
Go ahead, baby. Give it to Yo Adrian.
Hey, yo, Adrian.
And Noah the Potato, I don't know what he wrote. It says per minute. Furbiene. Is that a foreign language there?
Tater. Oh wait, because there is a Tater, right? Is he still around? That's because I talk like a man.
Can you hear me now? Can you hear me, Beatty?
I can hear you.
LJ312 UAVE says, "What's up, party people?
How's it going, LJ?
What's up?" Okay, you can hear me now. Much better.
See?
Much better. You know what happened?
No.
They were picking me up through your mic because I think this might have been off.
What may have been off?
My headset.
Well,
there you go.
Was it winking? Your little.
It was winking.
Yeah, that means you're on mute. So they were just getting you through my.
When we hear the playback, it'll be like, "Hello, everybody," and then later it'll be like, "Hey, how's it going, everybody?"
You'll have to keep explaining that now.
They can hear me now, much better.
All right.
I got a double
double.
Double double. Ron sent us a double double of sunglasses. Little John is on.
Wow. Welcome, Little John.
Little J came.
Did you?
I did.
You sent a search party out for him? See, if Little John was over in Orlando, we'd invite him over.
We would invite him right to the studio. All right, then.
Tell Little John I have not forgot about his double doggy rubble double.
I think he probably heard you.
Oh, you're right.
LJ, give me a call on my cell phone. We'll put you on live.
Maybe he doesn't want to go on live.
You just got to watch your language, LJ. He never really cusses.
Nah,
LJ's all right. LJ said, "Ha, that would be awesome. I'll be there in March."
All right.
That's not too far away, actually.
It's not.
LJ, give me a call on my cell phone. We'll put you on live, buddy.
LJ's busy, man.
LJ goes, "I don't want to be on live. I just want to type in and talk."
That's right. Mike Cross was he?
Mike Cross said he called me a son of a in Charlotte.
Who, LJ did?
That's what he said. All Gold Productions said my Deathlock pick is on top of the fireplace mantle. I was showing it off the other day, and everyone loved it.
Thank you, AG. I appreciate that, and the framing job that you had done, the mat or whatever, sounded very nice. Very nice indeed.
LJ says he's finishing his lunch. He'll call us in a few.
Oh, okay. What are we having for lunch?
What's for lunch there, LJ? I know what I had for lunch.
Yeah, you drank some chili.
I did. I had the Wendy's grilled chicken sandwich and a chili.
You drank a bowl of chili, though. I saw him drink it.
That's the way to do it.
Well, I guess I saw it now. I've never seen anyone drink a bowl of.
It was in a cup, sir. It wasn't like I was drinking out of a bowl.
No, it was in a bowl.
I was down on the ground like Catwoman drinking chili. That's a side. That's a side I don't even like to think about, man. Lapping up.
He was. That's it. He was lapping it up, and I had an iced tea that was destined for.
Oh man,
for the trash, and
you were destined not to drink that. That's
I know
sure.
There must have been, there must have been something wrong with that tea. What did you do to it before you brought it to me?
Well, let's just put it this way: you're drawing Stallone, aren't you? Green Lantern HG says, I thought in the morning, since Jared ain't here, there will be less blipping. I was wrong.
What's he mean by blipping?
Like, bleeping out the more colorful language, I guess. Mike Cross says it's 2:30 here. I'll try to call on my way home around 3.
Oh, wait, he's Canadian. I forget.
That's true. He's up there in Saskatchewan.
Is that where he's at?
God.
No, Nova Scotia.
Nova Scotia.
But that's right. He's no holiday boy.
All right. So Little John for lunch is having chicken sausage or risotto with some Jamaican hot sauce.
Wow.
Little John does not play around when it comes to sketches or
food.
Yeah, he goes big or doesn't go at all. And Ron says LJ for the win.
Hey, that sounds good.
Are you even sure what sausage or chicken sausage or risotto is?
It just sounds good.
You had the old chicken burrito this morning.
I did?
Yeah.
No, I had egg and cheese burrito.
Well, it comes from a chicken.
Yeah, but it wasn't sausage.
No, you do like sausage.
With the spice. As long as it's not too hot. As long as it's,
All Gold Production says I have to prep all the Thanksgiving stuff at some point for Saturday. Scalloped oysters on the menu.
Wow, man, look at these people eating.
Wait, why is he... Oh, this leftover Thanksgiving stuff, I guess.
Wow, well, sounding good.
Scalloped oysters. Uh-oh, we've lost him. He's snoring. There has been a lot of food talk here.
There has been, and it's making me a bit hungry. I wish I had my tea.
Well, if you weren't afraid to drink it once you dropped that old nasty eraser in it,
no,
you would have still had it.
No.
I got him a big tea, and we got it with no ice, and then I brought him a Yeti filled with ice, so he'd have plenty of tea. And when he set it down on the floor, he almost spilled. I swear to God, I thought he spilled it because it was you heard, and he saved it. I don't know how he caught it so low, but he did. Luca B says, "Hi guys."
Hey, Luca.
All Gold Production says, "My Thanksgiving is Saturday. I volunteered to hand out dinners on Thursday."
Oh, nice.
Very nice. Very nice. But he saved it. Then he almost spilled it. Then he dropped his eraser in it. And so no tea.
I didn't drop it. I was fumbling with it, and it just plopped all net right in.
You couldn't have made that shot again.
No, I couldn't have. I couldn't have taken the eraser and tried to get it in so cleanly.
Just like your inks. Clean.
Hmm. LJ made me hungry. I shouldn't have
You
listened.
should ask him about that chicken sausage risotto,
With
you're
it,
making hot sauce.
as long as it's not too hot, I'm all right.
You like it where it's just a little sweet and spicy.
Yes. I like it where I can still taste my food after the bite, where it doesn't burn your tongue
Yes, sir.
and all your taste buds go with it.
That's the worst. That's absolutely the worst.
Texas Pete will do that to me.
I like Texas Pete. Of all the hot sauces, I think I go with Texas Pete.
And I bet that's nothing on the
Yeah, it's not.
on the
It's
heat
just
index.
a little hot, little spice.
Ups.
What do you like, Tabasco?
Nah, too hot. I like ketchup. No.
Put 'em
No,
on
I
your
like
egg.
that salsa that they had at the Dancing Avocado. It's kind of a sweet spicy. I don't know. They make it themselves, so
Oh, this is going to make you want to taste it even more. LJ says it's got a nice sweet heat to it, and a friend
yeah.
of his made it.
Oh yeah.
Oh, you know that's going to be good.
See, I like the sweeter heat as long as it's got that little bit of sweetness.
So what do you think Mike Cross came back with on all this hot sauce and talk and hot and sweet?
Tater Maine.
No, he came back and he said sweet and spicy is how Durela likes her spa days. Durela's my wife, by the way, for all of you out there listening. He just can't let that go. That's what she said, Trebek.
Yeah. And when you see him in person, he'll deny it.
Oh yeah, yeah.
He'll say, "Craig, that wasn't me."
I didn't say that.
Alyssa was typing.
Yeah. My daughter got in and was typing nonsense.
You know, kids.
Mike says it's all I got. LJ says dark and spicy at the spa. At the spa. LJ's jumping in on it. Hey, LJ. Come on, man. I thought you were my friend.
Hey, Drayla enjoyed her spa day and had the biggest smile.
She did look relaxed.
Oh, she looked more than relaxed.
Yeah, we won't be staying at the Westin anymore.
Well, she won't have any spa days. You just got to see who's working. You got to pick out the masseuse for her.
Yeah, there you go. You ever been to a masseuse there, Mr. Beatty?
Oh, yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
You have?
Yeah.
When?
Well, Drayla's not professional, but she does a good job.
I'm not talking about, oh my gosh.
What?
You know your names. Hold on. You like?
Monica? Yes, I've been to the masseuse right over there at Salon 230 when my back got all jacked up last year.
I did not know that.
There is a little Filipino lady.
Uh-oh.
Name of Josephine.
Uh-oh.
And boy.
LJ says some people would say Drayla was glowing.
Yes. A moist glow.
Hey.
Well,
I know you've gone to the manicurist and the podiatrist or whatever they call those.
Podiatrist.
What do they call those people? Do your toes?
Mani-pedi.
Yeah, you've had your mani-pedi, and I found out you did your
a massage is great though.
All right. Well, there you go.
Ron, have you ever had a massage? No. Have you ever needed one?
See, I'm with Ron.
Well,
Dr. Kevin Kaz says, happy Friday. Did someone say back?
What's up, Dr. Kev?
Dr. Kaz in the house. I'm surrounded by docs.
The masseuse is one of those luxuries you don't get very often, but man, did I need one.
I've always just been a little uncomfortable with someone twisting my neck and stuff.
No, that's like what Dr. Kaz does. He's a chiropractor.
Oh yeah?
And the guy right across from me, well, it's a long story. I won't get into it. But anyway, He's a chiropractor, and he did an adjustment on my neck a couple of times, and that felt great to release that pressure. But he could not get my back to decompress. It was and is still too tight, and that's why I went to the masseuse,
Right.
hoping she could get some of it, some of my tension out, and then he could give it an adjustment. But that did not work. But I'll tell you what, that massage, I did a 90-minute.
That's a long time for someone to
Well,
be.
here's the thing. You get the half hour, it's not enough. You just start getting relaxed. You get the hour, you're just beginning to enjoy it, and then it's over. So that extra half hour, you're into it, you're relaxed, and then that extra half hour is just you're all loosened up and stuff, and they can really start manipulating your muscles and stuff to the level they need to.
Ron said, "One more bowl of chili and you'll decompress." Ron for the win. One more bowl of chili, sir, and you'll decompress.
So I think you already did that, right? You did your decompression.
All Gold says it goes faster than you think. Green Lantern HG said, "How does a happy ending help with your back?"
I would not know.
Would not know. Now, when you finished with your hour and a half massage,
I felt like rubber.
did you
Oh,
then was it go home and relax, or
no, I came back over here
and did some more work?
Yep.
Well, there you go.
But it's on a 2-story building, and these are older buildings down here, so the stairs are like narrow and steeper.
Right.
And when I started to walk down the stairs, my legs were like
rubber.
Yeah. I mean, I was just like, I had to like really, I was going to say, hold on to the
rail.
Yeah, I was going to call it something else. But
Ron says you were rejuvenated.
I was. I'm telling you.
I didn't know you were ever rejuvenated.
But that was not my first one. In my 20s, I tried my first massage. I had one. So I kind of knew what to expect.
All Goal says, although it wouldn't be too relaxing holding in a fart after that chili for 90 minutes. Ha, musical fruit and all. Well. There you go. Hey, for you folks that have just come in since we've started, John's doing his Black Friday, and he's doing a Stallone sketch. He's doing it for me. He's combining. He's combining John Wick with Jack Carter, two of my favorites. If you like what you're seeing, give us a thumbs up below the screen. Also, if you want to share this on social media, invite your friends into the party. Also, you can subscribe down in the lower right. There's a long rectangular box, and you can see that John's got 93 subscribers, and we're looking to break 100 here pretty soon. So jump on board if you haven't done already. Also, John's doing a Black Friday sale on his sketches. They're normally $50, and if you order between today and Monday, you can get it for Cyber Monday, which is this coming Monday. You can get it for $40, which is a 20% savings plus free shipping. And so you get to tell John what you want. You get the drawing. He's going to video it, so you'll have it so you can see him do it. If you don't see it live, you'll still have a copy of it as long as YouTube keeps it up. And it's a real bargain. I might have to get another Stallone piece unless he bars me. He'll bar me once in a while.
I'll bar you.
He bars me. Ron says, I thought he was drawing Bill from Bill and Ted. All Gold says, looks great so far, getting some nice lines out of that brush.
Yes, sir.
Mr. Beatty does the best brush work.
And this is my old brush that I sometimes have to fight a little bit to work with me, but
I said it on the morning broadcast, and I'll say it on this broadcast as well. Dick Giordano's nickname, according to
According to Dick himself.
Dick himself was, they called him the Brush. And Dick is no longer with us. And I think it's time to submit that nickname to Mr. Beatty.
No, only Dick can.
Yeah, you won't pick up that mantle. Noah's typing German again. It says B-I-E-N-E-N. I'm going to have to get my Google translator out.
Michael Biehn?
Michael Biehn from Terminator.
And?
Tombstone.
Yeah. I've seen him at
and
a couple of shows.
Your favorite Michael Biehn statement that was told to Michael Biehn by Val Kilmer is, I'll be your Huckleberry. Noah says it means bees. Now, why he's typing you bees, I do not know, sir.
UBs.
UB40?
I don't know.
IB60?
You do be.
Doobie, Maryland. Someone tuning in late is going, that Jack Carter that we see in the corner, but it looks like John Wick that he's drawing. Can you see? Because they see Jack Carter, and they're like, but he's drawn John. It looks like John Wick. Mr. Beatty's thinking, what is next? What's his next line going to be?
My next line?
That's what she said, Trebek.
My next line.
No, with the potato, hyper potato. Let me ask you, why are you typing bees?
Just the letter B?
No, B-I-E-N-E-N, and then he said it means bees. That'd be funny because it's none of your beeswax.
Now he's going to type that just because you said it would be funny.
It might be funny. Then again,
Noah is, that could be Jared's brother.
Really?
I think it's either Jared's brother or one of Jared's friends, because I know his...
Green Lantern says, oh, Connery is here. Hide the scotch. Mike Cross says he's stepping out. Hope his wife doesn't find out. Yeah. I'll try this Facebook Messenger call thing in a bit. We'll see how that goes. You never know what...
Does that scare you that he's going to try it?
Well, you never know what Mike Cross might say. You know, the last time we talked to him, he talked about his movie.
You know, he did.
You were a little surprised that he had actually been in a movie, but he had.
Yes, he had.
I'm going to order me
a Mike Cross movie.
No, the phone holder that you've got here.
I thought you already did.
Noah the Hyper Potato says, I'm not Jared's brother. That's Weasel Skull.
Okay.
I'm just a buddy of his.
There you go.
How would you like to be known as Weasel Skull?
I like that name.
So it would be all right if everyone calls you Weasel Skull?
I just said I like the name.
Oh, you didn't say call me that.
You know what I like to be called.
What do you like to be called?
I was just joking. I thought you'd come up with something. Mike Cross will come up with something.
You know, when I was in high school, John and I we had some names that we would call each other, like Big Time or Big, and then it morphed into Big Wig and just different names. And Milk Belly. Do you remember Milk Belly there, Beatty?
No, I remember something about a belly that you asked your family
and
to call
so LJ Little John says darling. Is that what you like to be called? Johnny, yeah, if you see John at a convention, he loves it when fans call him darling.
Darling.
Green Lantern HG says no one's calling you Big Daddy. Give it up, John. But we were laughing about if someone was named Belly Boy. Belly Boy, that'd be a funny name for somebody to be a nickname. And so I was at my house one time and my mom said something and I told the family, I was like, from now on, call me Belly Boy, thinking I would get a laugh. literally for like the next 3 weeks. Belly boy, it's time for dinner. Belly boy, you got a phone call. Just killing me with that. So I don't tell people to call me something unless I really want to be called that.
Because you finally had to tell them no moss.
Enough. I give. No mas. You used to call my brother Booby Boo.
Yeah, until your mother smacked down on us.
She told us no more. Booby
Because
Boo.
your brother finally,
Where did you get Booby Boo?
I don't know. Oh, I do know.
Where?
It originated from not Booby Boo with a P. It's his girlfriend,
Okay.
and he was whipped.
Oh,
Do you
okay.
remember now?
Yeah,
Now
yeah.
track back.
Yeah, let's not call it that.
So it started out as something else.
Something else. Something else.
Something poo. And we thought, oh, that's a little harsh.
That's harsh.
We took it to Booby Boo.
Booby Boo.
And then Booby Boo had enough of that.
Yeah. When Miss Peggy puts the clamp down, it's time to stop.
And he told Mama.
And when Miss Verda puts the clamp down, it's time to stop.
When your mother puts the clamp down on something, you gotta, you just gotta like listen and go, well,
yeah, it's enough.
One last time.
Can we just give it one last hurrah?
Come on, come on, Mom, one more time.
Can't do it. Can't do it. Mr. Beatty putting down those nice black inks.
Yes, I am Trebek. Are you Trebek?
I am not Trebek.
Can you pretend like you're him?
Well, John.
I guess that answered my question. You could do a better Shatner.
Shatner's tough.
You
know who does a good Shatner? Tom Zahn.
Who?
Tom Zahn. He's an artist. He does the best Shatner.
I know who you're talking about.
Yeah. He can do a good Shatner.
Yes, he can.
Can you do a Shatner's hard to do just out of context.
You think?
All
you got to do is enunciate every word.
But you got to do enough. Yeah, it's the pauses that fall in an unnatural location.
There you go.
Inking that sketch, John. I'm pretty sure Spock. I always like McCoy. Damn it, Jim. I'm not a psychiatrist. Wait, I am a doctor.
You say sabotage. I say sabotage. You've heard that, right?
I have not heard that.
It's from like an outtake when he said sabotage, and the director or someone corrected it. That the word is sabotage. Yeah, and he his Royal Highnessness kind of went off and said, "No, that's not the way I pronounce the word.
That's not the way
you say.
I say."
Exactly. That's what he did.
You can kind of get away with that with anything.
Of course you can.
That's why I just said it.
Why do you think he did it? I've been letting you get away with saying Stallone for years.
That's true.
Instead of Stallone.
Stalin?
I didn't say that. I said Stallone.
Stallone.
You got to get both L's in there.
Stallone.
So is Papa Stas calling in?
I don't know. If he does, he'll be calling from Poland.
That's what I'm talking about.
I don't know what time it is over there.
Well, it's a different time than
he called in that one night we were live streaming.
That was after I put the smackdown on Adam Ace.
Those were the glory days.
And Papa Stas was loving that.
Loving life to the fullest.
And the Jazz Man is back.
Yep. Ron says he's still trying to find 3 friends to help him call. Mike Cross?
Mike Cross is helping?
Mike Cross was at correct me if I'm wrong now, John.
Okay.
Mike Cross we were doing a live stream. Mike Cross had taken his family to a skating event.
Because his daughter
was performing.
Yes.
He told his wife he was going to go get hot chocolate for everyone.
Hot chocolate.
And he went and he found a phone.
Yep.
Called in and was talking to us for probably
45 minutes.
Then he had to get off, went back, got the hot chocolate, and just told his wife it was a long line.
Yes. That is absolutely true.
And he's safe unless she listens to one of these podcasts or these live streams.
One of the old Ustreams. It's still on there, and it's hysterical.
Oh, he had us laughing.
Because he wasn't worried at first, and then as it got a little more late, he began to, you could hear the panic set in, and he's like, well, you know, it's been a while. I'll just tell her it was an extremely long line.
That's a George Costanza tale, but he went with it.
I believe you're kind of right.
He went with it.
So the people that have tuned into this particular
session,
oddball session. Oh, I mean session. Do you want to give them the history of your affinity with Stallone?
Well, back in we went to see a movie called Aloha Bobby and Rose at the drive-in theater, and the second feature was a movie called Lords of Flatbush, and the star of it had been re-released, and the star of it at the time was Henry Winkler, who was coming to fame as Fonzie on Happy Days. And when the movie was over, I was like, you know, I would have never guessed that Henry Winkler would have been the star. I would have guessed that it was Stallone. Hey, we got Little John calling in. We'll come back to this story if we remember. LJ, you're on speakerphone. You're going to have to talk really loud.
You're going to have to scream.
He's on delay. I forgot about that. He'll be on delay, John. LJ.
Well, he's not on delay.
Hey, we were talking about you. I don't know if you heard earlier.
Oh, he heard.
We were talking about your collection of great combination characters, like I do Stallone and Wick, and you've done like McClane and Sharky from Sharky's Machine. What other mashups have you done? Well, you've got come on.
The Superman thing.
Martin Riggs from Lethal Weapon and John Wick. Yeah.
Oh, I'm beginning to think that you stole the John Wick from Little John.
No, I actually didn't, but I wouldn't mind saying that it was, because he's got great. And then I was telling him about your "Where is Superman" whole concept.
Oh, the search for Superman.
Yeah.
That one's coming along nicely. It's getting a little pricey though, that you have to keep getting, you know, two characters in background.
Well, tell him the whole story behind that.
Yeah. So when I started the team, I've been looking around and trying to figure something out, and I was looking at.
We need to have a ticker tape down below on the line, Little John.
Watching it, and a few of the crossovers, Superman wasn't there because the writers all said that he was too powerful, you know, to be in the crossovers. So you know they did different things to write Superman out. So then I wanted to know where the heck was Superman during all these crossovers. So I just came up with the idea that Superman's been kidnapped and taken away by buildings, for lack of a better term, but a group of them across space and time that have come up with a way to keep him contained and move him through different space and time. And there's different things where he can concept in any universe. So I'm going through old TV show universes everywhere. I've got
This sounds like a motion picture.
One with Super Goof. You know, so
Super Goof. I like that.
and Drew Moss just did one with $6 Million Man versus Craven.
Ah.
So they've got the villains dispatched across to keep the heroes from finding Superman. So got all that happening.
That's
It's coming along nicely.
oh yeah, and you've got a bunch of different pieces that are all so sweet.
Yes.
So what's going on?
Not much, you know. The day after Thanksgiving, what's going on with you guys?
Well, we're doing a little Stallone Jack Carter here.
Yeah, did you get your Heroes Con tickets?
I did.
We all set? All right.
We're set. What about you?
Oh, I've got mine. Yeah. Is Beatty coming up this year?
I will be.
He will be coming up. Are you gonna? Have you picked out a hotel yet?
Yeah, I'll probably be at the Westin again. I'm just waiting. Shelton said that the hotel rates will be coming out soon, so I'll keep an eye out.
Awesome.
For that.
Yeah.
It'll probably be the Westin. I was looking at some prices, like the Hilton and the Hampton and things like that.
Yeah.
It looks like they're all going to be around the same price as what the Westin will be once we get our con rates. So as soon as the con rates are out, then that's when I'm going to decide.
Yeah, we go back and forth between the Hampton and the Westin, so I'm not sure
which
which
is
one.
the hotel that's behind the convention center.
That's the Hampton.
Yeah, see, I prefer that over the Westin.
Yeah, Little John actually was the one that first got me to stay at the Hampton. You know, you get your points, plus you get your breakfast, and they got the shuttle that'll take you around.
You don't need the shuttle. It's 2 blocks. It's 2 blocks, Ron.
Cost-wise, it wound up being, it was actually a little cheaper to stay at the Westin last year with the con rate than it was at the Hampton.
Yeah.
For some reason, I have no idea.
But wait a minute. At the Westin, you pay for everything out the wazoo.
You started to pay for parking now at the Hampton.
Oh, really? What about the internet?
That's why it kind of equaled out.
Yeah.
And there's at least
The Hampton, believe it or not, were a little more than what we were getting at the Westin. It wasn't much. I mean, you wind up saving like $5-6 a night.
Yeah.
All things combined, but yeah. It was all right.
yeah, but the Hilton was always wanting to charge for internet. I mean, not the Hilton, the Westin.
I think the Westin stopped. You don't have to pay for the internet anymore, if I remember correctly.
I think you're right on that.
And
Yeah.
then there's only that expensive restaurant to eat at.
Program or whatever, the points, but they just combine with Marriott and all that stuff. And if you're a member, you don't have to. They don't charge you for internet anymore. I think they realized that was very silly, and people were not going to stay there if you were going to charge them for Wi-Fi or make them go to the lobby.
Yeah. Well, Little John, it's always fun when you're there with Patricia, and always love hanging out with you there.
Yeah. It's a good time. We're looking forward to it again this year. Should be fun. Patricia asked me to remind Big John there about Augie Doggy and Doggy Daddy.
That's what it is.
We talked about that on our we did a broadcast earlier. John did, and he said he owes you a doggy daddy still. Augie Doggy Doggy Daddy. He said he's going to take care of that because I said, John, I don't know if you heard, but John's doing a Black Friday special, and I was like, oh man, Little John will probably jump on that. And he goes, I don't know, I still owe him an Augie Doggy Doggy Daddy. So he goes, you may wait on that. So.
So Pat wanted me just to remind you, just a gentle nudge, you know.
Gentle nudge there, Mr. Beatty.
I felt it.
Duly noted.
If that's gentle, I'd hate to feel hard.
John over to that hibachi place that we went to.
Oh my God, that was the best. Oh,
Which
we
place?
went to this hibachi place, Beatty, and it was so funny because you know they'll always do the thing where they're wanting to squirt the bottle of sake in you, and the guy was like doing it, and like most people were like, no, yes, no, no, and they got to Little John, and the guy literally ran out of sake in the bottle and had to get another bottle to like. I've never seen anyone that could. He was like drinking the sake as fast as it was coming in.
Who, Little John?
Yeah, Little John doesn't play. I'm telling you.
Yeah, we had to make sure those college kids did what they were up to.
Yeah, then a college kid tried to match him, and his buddies were like, "Oh, you can't do it. You can't do it." And who could though? Besides you, little LJ.
Oh, there's a couple people I know that they can handle that. It was just, that was good. That was a good time, though. I'd say we go back there again.
Oh, definitely.
Where was this place?
It's like when you walk up a block going away from the west, and it's on the across the street, and it's on a corner, and it used to be something else, and we just decided to go. And then we got to go back to that diner.
Yeah.
Oh, that diner was amazing. Love the diner. Are you going in the Thursday before?
Yeah, I think we're going to be in there either. I haven't quite figured it out yet. Either Wednesday night or Thursday.
He does it right. Have you ever been to Heroes, Ron? Ron's here in the studio with us. I don't know if you know Ron, but he's an art collector. He's never been, so we'll have to get him to come up to Heroes.
Absolutely.
Great show.
Yeah, it's a great show.
Are you
Probably going to be.
Are you able to watch the live broadcast now, or are you somewhere where you can't see it?
No, I can see it.
Oh, very good. Very good. John's waving to you. Well, it's good talking to you, my friend.
Alrighty. Nice talking to you guys. I'm sure we'll talk again.
All right, LJ.
Your Augie Doggy and Doggy Daddy. I got you.
Yeah.
She just yelled up Augie Doggy Daddy.
Or else she's coming down here to pay you a visit.
To pay me a daddy doggy visit.
We're going to be in Orlando again in March. We could just take a quick drive over.
It is a quick drive.
Give us a heads up if you want to get together. We'll do dinner or something. Yeah, because
no problem. Yeah, we're going to be down just for a couple of days in March, and then I think we'll be back again in October, something like that. So,
you guys love Disney.
Absolutely, who doesn't?
That's true.
It's way too much fun.
The only other place that's as magical is John Beatty Studio.
That's right.
He didn't miss a beat. That's right. I like that.
All right, LJ. Good talking to you. Thanks for calling in, my friend. All right. Bye-bye.
All right, guys. See you later.
All right, John.
Very cool. Little John's a good guy. All right, let's see what we got here. Mike Cross says John's a hard man. Mike Cross says Isherwood and I hit that diner every meal Saturday and Sunday. That diner is good.
And that was?
And Mike Cross says, well, there you have it.
Was that your text, Ron?
That was mine.
I thought it might be mine, but I looked and it wasn't.
Talking about, earlier they were asking John about sketch requests that were strange. That's where we actually met Little John. He and his wife.
He's the scuba guy.
John was sketching.
You should have asked LJ about the scuba guy.
Little John Beatty was sketching, and Adam Hughes and Stell Freeze and all the guys were sketching. And this was at an Atlanta show, right? Yeah. And
that show?
Yeah, and this lady came.
That's the one that the first show we met Little John?
Yeah. Little John came up and was talking to us. And then a lady came up and she was like, she wanted John to draw her tree. And
her bush.
No, her tree.
I think it was a bush.
She had a tree, and she was like, will you draw my tree? And John was like, what? She literally wanted a sketch of a tree, and I don't think you ever did the tree.
Yeah, I did.
Did you?
Yeah.
There you go. So that's an unusual sketch.
I have lots of memories that I forgot about from that show, except there is one that I do remember.
Yes.
Well, a couple.
Little John says, yep, Atlanta, scary trees.
That was the... Oh, wait. That was the night before when we were out on the...
Patio.
Patio, and it was free sketches.
Yeah.
If you bought an advance pass, the artists that wanted to would show up, and they gave everybody a board. It was like for a charity thing. So if you wanted to volunteer, and you only had to do like a little tiny sketch, no big elaborate thing, and you went up onto the was it a balcony type setting or something, and people would come around with their board that they purchased, and they would ask you to do a sketch of whatever. So
she wanted a scary tree. That's what it was. Would you draw my scary tree?
Right.
Little John says they were all scary trees on the jam. Little John says that was $25 for the paper for charity. And I've actually got Mike's because I bought it for Mike, and he had the artist doing Hellboy. So he's got a whole bunch of little Hellboy head sketches on this sheet. I was like,
does he have one for me?
I'll have to look and see. It's been a while since I've looked at it, but I still have it for him. And Little John says it was out on the patio.
And Kelsey Shannon was there.
Yes, sir. So Kelsey Shannon is an artist, and we were talking to Kelsey. Kelsey's from Texas. And we were talking about, at the time, the Once Upon a Time in Mexico.
The remake.
Well, Robert Rodriguez did it. And he goes, he says, yes, it's Once Upon a Time in Mexico by Robert Rodriguez. And so he kept talking, and John went, whoa, 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 back it up for a minute. And he's like, what's all this with the rolling of the R's? And he goes, well, that's the way we talk in Texas. And I said, well, you didn't say Mexico. and he
didn't roll any other R's.
He didn't roll any other R's, and he got embarrassed. He was like, well, you got me there. So that's kind of been the running joke. LJ says, and Higashi was there. That's true. Higashi was.
Yep. And that's where I got Astro zombied.
Yes. He was.
And I had to go back to the room and lay down for a bit.
Well, you and Mike had eaten sugar the whole.
We did.
I was driving my youngest son my oldest son at the time. Mike was probably like 16, maybe 15. And
we had the goodies going.
And so I was driving the whole way up to Atlanta with John, and hey, we got Mike Cross calling in.
Uh-oh.
Mike Cross. Mike Cross.
He's got a wood chipper.
You're calling too late. They're sold out, sir. We can still get you in to see that famous Canadian singer.
I'm waiting to come up with a name.
Well, since you're from Canada, I thought you would say Justin Bieber right away. Or perhaps
Richard Marx.
Richard Marx, or perhaps Celine Dion. Nickelback.
I'm fixing to drop one. If I can remember the name. Corey Hart.
From
the 80s.
Or William Shatner.
Oh, his version of comedy was great.
So, sir, we are doing well. We're trying to get you to come to Heroes Con this year.
No, that's not going to happen this year. But 3-day VIP tickets are already, Craig.
Already bought mine.
Well,
Hey, and did you hear this, guys? For the Heroes Con this year, if you buy them this weekend, instead of being $50 for 3 days, which is still a good price itself, they're $35.
Wow.
And Shelton is going to change it so that any student, anybody 18 or younger gets in for free.
That's incredible.
That is incredible. So just think, you could bring your children down, Mike, to the show.
So to save the $35, it will only cost me $1,200.
Well, look, if your children aren't worth $1,200 for a quality weekend with Dad.
That's why she hasn't come down in the 2 years that have come so far.
Yeah, you're right. It's probably not the best idea. But we do miss you.
You know, your kids have been absently missing, Craig.
We'll see what happens.
Yeah. John,
Last year was a good year to take off anyway.
why was that?
Ryan wasn't there. Did John not go last year? Maybe he was there, right?
John?
What's that?
He asked, were you there last year?
No, I was actually in Denver last year. Same weekend.
But he didn't come last year because you weren't there.
Who, Mike?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mike, I told him you didn't. He didn't come because he wasn't there, and he went, yeah.
Actually, Shelton at Baltimore Con this year already.
Trying to figure something out there.
Here, I'm gonna sweeten Mr. Mike Cross's pot.
You hear this, Mike?
What's that now?
Beatty's going to sweeten your pot.
For why you should come this year.
Why you should come this year.
Shelton already spoke to myself and Mr. Zach at the Baltimore Comic-Con.
Did you hear that? Shelton talked to John and Mike Zach at Baltimore and said,
and already wants us plus Jim Shooter for 2019.
So he's going to get Beatty, Zach, and Shooter to be at Heroes in 2019. What do you think of that?
How about 2021?
How's 2021 look there, Beatty?
Zach is beginning to wind down as a lot of shows, I believe. I think next year is going to be a big year for him doing shows.
So next year is going to be a big year for Zach doing shows. John says that Zach's starting to wind down.
Well, none of us are as young as we used to.
That's probably a very true statement.
Yeah, but Mike Zach's not going to a show to see you.
What'd you say?
60?
Yes, I just turned 60. How old are you, sir?
He's 40-something.
46. There you go.
Mere pup.
And you got to remember, like John said, Mike Zach's not coming to the shows to see us. So it's not gonna sway him too much if we go, hey, we'll be there in 2021, Mike.
Yeah, catch you then, right?
So what else is going on up there in Saskatchewan? All right, Nova Scotia.
I couldn't even come up with any good comeback to that. Just to sit here and get mad at you.
What, the Mike Zach thing?
No, Saskatchewan.
Oh.
You know, it's just not the same when you're not there. It's still good. Don't get me wrong. It's still great, but you had that little bit of something special.
International flair.
As Beatty says, you had the international flavor. Now you got a combo sketch the last time you were at Heroes. You got
He got a great Captain America.
Didn't you get Snake Plissken and Adrian Barbeau?
I certainly did. That's
Oh, I thought you were talking about the Zach Beatty sketch combo.
Did you get a Zach Beatty also while you were there?
certainly did. That was
He got a beautiful Captain America.
You got a beautiful Captain America?
Yeah.
And did you specify that they make him beautiful?
No, but it's one of my favorite ones we've done.
Oh, did you hear that? Beatty said that's one of the favorite ones that they've done.
Well, for me.
Where it was kind of Beatty's, Zach's Hollywoodish
Yes.
art.
Well, there you go.
So, kind of pull things back around to the Stallone art that John's doing right now.
Yes.
I know I've pestered you about Estelle Getty quite a bit.
A boot.
Yeah, a bit, not a boot.
Oh, okay. All right.
Do you have any rhinestones?
Yes, I do have some rhinestones.
Oh, good lord.
They're in his teeth.
Now, John Beatty said they're in my teeth. Now, you know,
When he got the chuckle, that got me.
I wasn't going to tell you this, but because you're a friend, John said I should tell you this. While you were at work today, your wife apparently went back and listened to some of our live streams, and she heard the story about when you said the line was long to get the hot chocolate, but you were really with us. And so she called into the show to verify, and I acted like I couldn't talk, but John did tell the truth. And so she's waiting for you when you get home.
Okay. She's always mad at me anyway, so.
What else is new?
What else? You say she's got something legitimate now to be mad about. Oh. Well, can you get...
When I say she has no interest at all in any of my hobbies. So.
Well, can you give us its electrifying one time?
I do believe that.
No, because it's yours. You're the master.
The master of electrifying.
Yeah.
Oh, those were the glory days, weren't they? We've had so many glory days in our past.
No, I was kind of thinking about that. That's coming up on like 8 to 10 years ago.
Yep.
Can you believe that already?
I know, it's crazy. It is crazy.
Got a lot of good guys in that in those first set of
Hey,
shows.
was that your GPS talking to you?
I think it was his boss.
Did you hear it? He's got the voice set to like, you're going to turn left coming up. What the heck is that?
No, actually, I'll tell you exactly what it is. I'm on the bus.
You're on the bus.
Our bus talks to us.
Like that? I'd be riding the bus every day. It's time.
What do you think he does?
You're going to be getting to your destination shortly.
It's one of those Canadian innovations.
Wow. They're always ahead of the curve, aren't they?
Oh,
Listen to it.
issues again. Issues again.
Put in another 25 cents for another 2 minutes.
She almost sounds like Gorilla at this.
Whoa!
He did
Oh,
a
he went
callback.
there, didn't he?
He did a callback
Oh,
on
man, he went there.
Only when DMC was there. That's what it was.
Yes,
you. You know,
To see DMC.
she
That's right.
was. That's why, his first name's Run, because they run to him. Oh, Mike, if you're on the bus, come to the front.
Sit in the back, maybe it's all back.
Miguel.
What? So you ride the bus to and from?
It's the only way to fly.
That has to happen.
You know what? I think that's cool that you do that.
$1,000 Geo Metro.
Well, there you go.
Oh, that's it.
There you go.
So, once again, little art question.
All right. Art question coming your way, Beatty.
Okay.
Keep Mr. Beatty on his toes here. So, if you're doing, what are they, 6x9s?
Can I ask you a question, Mike, before you go on with your question? Are you trying to imitate Shatner? Because you got some unusual pauses in this question. All right, here we go again. Keep Beatty on his toes. Here's the question, John.
They're thoughtful pauses, like an American.
Thoughtful pauses.
The air conditioner would kick on
All
right
right,
now.
go ahead. Give us your question there, sir.
Okay. So, if we
Hello?
roughly around $50.
The bus is talking to him again. Mike, you're not allowed that.
Yeah, you don't listen to me. You want to listen to the bus.
Mike, that's a very personal question you're asking Mr. Beatty.
Mike, your stop is next.
Please stop drawing Stallone.
All right, give it to us. What's your question?
All right. So, if Craig were to pay for a Stallone and Wick, how much does he pay?
If I was to pay for a Stallone and Wick, how much do I pay? I can answer that. You want me to answer that, Beatty?
Go ahead.
if we were not friends, there is not enough money in the world that he would draw Stallone and Wick.
I think you guys are friendly because I personally see what 4?
Yeah,
Not bad.
yeah. I'm going to tell you, because of our friendship, John has gotten me sketches of Stallone from some people that I don't think would ever have done it. Mike Golden, you know,
never done it.
yeah,
Sweet,
yeah. Bill Ray,
An oil painting.
an oil painting. Yeah.
Not even what Bill says is a good or great one, but you got an oil painting from Bill Ray.
Yeah. Well, have you had any new additions to your collection, my friend?
Oh, now they're getting into it, Ron.
No, it's been a fairly quiet year.
Quiet year. You've been too much time dealing with your movie career.
That was a quiet year there too.
He played a dead body on The Mist, for those of you listening that don't know what we're talking about. He also was a body double for, help me out here, Mike.
Some adult feature.
What? That doesn't sound right.
Sorry, we shouldn't say that, should we?
Not the way it sounded, no. We tuned in to watch The Mist, and realized that it was not going to be a good series, but we continued to watch just so we could look for you in the background.
That's why I did the same thing.
Look, there's a dead body. It looks like it could be Mike.
You looked at everything. You paused the TV to watch to see if you could see something.
No, that guy's not as good at playing a dead body as Mike is.
Well,
There you go.
well, thank you very much.
All right. Well, any last thoughts before I disconnect us?
Okay, great. Yeah, that's a quick kick. Mark, get up, press. Had nothing to do.
To all our Canadian fans, we want to thank you for turning in to hear Mike Cross join us.
Thank you for tuning in. Now get lost.
Well, sir,
Until next time.
it's good talking to you.
Okay, Mike.
Good talking to
If you hit that lottery, plan to come down.
I do have a ticket for tonight.
All right. Good luck.
All right, boys. Take it easy.
All right. Bye-bye. Mike goes, I called in for this. Ron says, cold up there, eh? What were their name? The McKenzie brothers?
The McKenzie brothers.
McKenzie brothers. Eh?
Hey?
Hey. Look at John Wick. He's coming along nicely there.
It's a jelly. Have a donut. It's a jelly. Remember in the movie when they bribed the lady?
Never saw the movie.
No?
Oh.
Cold brew? Was
Hey?
it cold brew?
It was cold. Something brew.
I think it was cold brew. Because, they were in the Great White North.
Eh?
Much like our friend Mike Cross is.
Well, there you go.
Saskatchewan.
Yeah, he doesn't want to hear you say that. You got to say Nova Scotia.
But he's technically,
I don't know about technically.
because I live in Holly Hill, but if I tell people that, they have no idea on the map where it's at.
None.
But if I tell them Daytona Beach,
Then they know.
yeah, they have a general idea, I believe.
They can figure it out.
Yeah, they kind of know, oh, we've heard of that.
There's-
Holly Hill could be anywhere, and it is anywhere.
Well, any place could be anywhere.
Well, figure it out.
Baby Bubba.
Figure it out, Mr. Zablo.
That looks like John Wick.
Ron, you hanging in?
Very good.
All right. You need a beverage or anything?
Ron just showed me on a map that Nova Scotia is over on the East Coast and Saskatchewan, Canadian Rockies.
Oh.
So he doesn't want to be, I think there might be a little snobbery there. Definite snobbery? Sounded like definite snobbery. So, we don't want to insult anyone by accident. A.
Especially Mr. Cross, eh?
A. A. A.
Hey, you went into the Fonz.
Hey.
You went from Canadian to Fonzie.
Hey. You got to give him the thumbs up, too. Mr. Beatty.
Could you imagine, like, Henry Winkler being so popular as the Fonz for the thumbs up and the A?
Yeah.
I mean, that's basically your career.
Well, getting back to it. So anyway, we saw the Lords of Flatbush.
Oh, I did. You know,
nice callback there, baby.
I didn't
I'll
even
give you
realize
a
it.
thumbs up for that. So, I said I would have thought that Stallone would have been the breakout star, and so I told some of my friends that, and they were like, "Oh, all right." Well, then I saw Capone, and it was Stallone, and Death Race 2000. And so I started seeing him pop up. Well, then Rocky hit big, and people were like, "Man, you called it. You said he should be the star. He's a star now." And I really liked Rocky, and so that's where it all came from. Me liking Stallone before Rocky. We got Little Q Moonblood. It says Tiger versus Little Q Moonblood. Now, for those of you that don't know, Q Moonblood was Stallone's pen name for some screenplays. So someone out there knows who Stallone was, and he says Tiger versus Phil in 30 minutes. So Tiger Woods is going to play Phil Mickelson.
No, not Nicholson.
Mickelson for golf. And I have a feeling that Little Q Moonblood, John, is someone that you know.
Yeah, and is he like hanging out watching golf now?
Well, he loves all sports.
He does do.
And he used to be known as Coach Shooter.
Yeah. And Gunner.
And Green Lantern HG says, "Guys, this is fun, but I have to go."
I understand. I feel your pain, Green Lantern.
Green Lantern, come back when you can.
We will see you, Green Lantern. I'll be back again tonight doing one more.
Wow.
Sometime.
He doesn't play. Big J does not play.
And, of course, Monday we'll start the morning show again.
Little John's got it. Just sent me a message, and he says, "Here's the jam from Atlanta that we were talking about." But
his jam, right?
His jam.
His jam.
And we've got on there. We've got. Oh, look at this! Now this is money. The John Beatty Batman. Can you see that, John Beatty? No, not from there. Ron, you want to take that over? Do you want to see it, John, or would that interrupt your flow there?
We'll take a look.
Thought you might.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Beauty, eh?
Isn't it? I always like that Batman. He's
kind of a Miller-esque.
He's got a Namor, George Gentry. It's a whole bunch of stuff there. Look at that. Good stuff. Good stuff from way back when. Thank you for sharing that, LJ. Mike Cross says, "John, don't shiv."
John, don't shiv.
Shiver?
You got me on that one. Must be one of those
Little John says
Saskatchewan deals.
Little John says Kaluta's on there. Yeah, I think that Mike even got a Kaluta Hellboy, but I could be wrong on that.
Wow, that looking back at that for $25 for a board.
Yeah, for everybody to do a quick sketch on.
Yeah. I
remember that one.
Which one?
The Hellboy, rest in peace, Professor.
Oh yeah, you got that off the eBay or something?
I always think that John does a great Hellboy. He does a great. I mean,
Yep.
LJ says,
I remember that.
Dark Knight quote.
You got that off of eBay? Comics. Was that an individual or? Oh, okay. Yeah, I forget, of course, who I originally. It may have been a convention sketch or something. I can't remember. But I do vaguely remember doing that Seems like that was an at-home commission, though, because of the gray tones and stuff.
That's really sweet. Tim Townsend got that first real big Hellboy that you did, I believe, John.
That was on the Canson paper. And I just posted it, and he sent me a message and said, I want to buy that.
This is 12 years ago. Wow.
Wow.
You know?
I do know.
Little John says, yeah, it was a great value for the GM. There's no way I could get all those artists on a board for that today.
That's what I'm saying. That's, you know, boy, if some show offered that up again, I don't think there'd be any artists that would say, oh, yeah, we'll do that.
We'll do that. Mike Cross says, all right, fellas, keep on trucking. See you later. All right, Mike. Good talking to you, my friend. For anybody that's just tuned in, if you can give us a thumbs up if you like what you're seeing, and there's a share button if you want to share this broadcast with folks on your social media. So studio.
So media.
And there's a subscribe button if you'd like to subscribe to John's channel. John does Monday through Friday at 7 a.m. a live drawing. He offers up bonuses for his subscribers. This weekend, he's got a Black Friday through Cyber Monday sale going on. Head sketches are normally $50. He's doing 20% off with free shipping, and you pick the character. So if you're interested in that, shoot John an email. And his email is listed, or will be listed below this video when we're done.
Or they can go to johnbeattyart.com and just hit me up on the contact page.
And there you go.
Or if they know my email, john@johnbeattyart.com, they can just send it that way.
Send it that way.
They can send it that way.
That sounds like Backstreet Boys. I want it.
You would know. You were a big boy band backer.
Can't help you with it. There you go. He could, but he refuses.
You guys were big boy band backers, weren't you?
Boy band backers.
Yeah. You bought their albums.
No. Well, if you mean by boy bands like the Beatles and
the
Monkees, I could go with that.
I'm talking those Backstreet Boys, I think, and what were the ones that Marky Mark was in?
The fun brother, Marky Mark and the.
No, but his brother. I don't think Marky Mark was in it.
Oh, what was it? The Backstreet Boys and NSYNC.
See, Ron knows. He just doesn't.
Ron's playing like he doesn't know. He's like. You know,
he wants to forget.
You know when you see someone's face and you can tell instant recognition, and then he like played it off. It was like, no, I'm not sure. New Kids on the Block.
That's it.
Dun, dun, dun. Is that the song? I'm telling you, we got to get a third headset. We got to get a splitter.
we got to go out and get a splitter.
We got to get a splitter and get Ron on here with us. Little John knew it. Little John will step up and say it proud and brave. He's not afraid to say it. Right, Little John?
Well, he's typing it. I don't see him calling in saying it.
That's true. There's a big difference.
Takes a little more testosterone
to say it.
Yeah.
LJ says, dang right. Bump, bump, bottom. I haven't thought that song in years. Yeah, who did that? I don't know. It was one of those boy bands.
Come on, Ron. You know them all.
Bump, bottom.
Was it 96 or 98 degrees? That's the right answer. I was hoping.
Do they still make music videos?
Who?
Anyone? Do they?
Yeah.
Because you know what's funny is like when the music video hit, when MTV hit music videos, I mean,
It was an event.
it killed some people though, like Chris Cross. You remember hit Chris Cross? Great singer, first album sold millions. And then his second album came out, and then the video
Chris
came
Cross
out.
or Christopher Cross?
Christopher Cross.
Yeah, because people saw what he looked like.
And but he could still, I mean, he could sing.
Yeah.
But then, you know, you had the videos, and it was like world premiere videos, and it was a big deal.
Well, Michael Jackson did like many movies.
Well, MC Hammer had some good videos.
Well, he had one.
He gave it one.
No, I said he had one.
All right, here we go. Let's see what we got here. Oh. People would tune in and go, "That's great. That's great, man. It doesn't get better than that."
Which one is it?
It's the New Kids on the Block.
Dun 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 dun.
Dun, 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 dun. Right stuff.
You got the right stuff, baby.
Boom, boom, ba-da-da.
I'm embarrassed that I'm even singing that. Not really.
Not really.
I have to say that just in case anybody's really paying attention. That
Look, John's pulling out his New Kids on the Block hat, his tour jacket. Little did you know
Bobbleheads.
he was a backup dancer. I'll tell you what, though, I can remember, and you know, John's exactly right. Premiere videos, and it was like a big deal.
it was, man. When MTV would premiere one of those, it was
Janet
like,
Jackson's new video is going to premiere.
wouldn't it?
Oh yeah. And now I mean, I can't remember the last time I watched a music video.
Yeah. YouTube, like Ron said. Video killed the radio star, and YouTube killed the video star, I guess, or the internet. That's true. MTV killed itself.
Yeah.
by-
They used to have VJs. They didn't have DJs.
Well,
they had VJs.
yeah, and they went in. You know, the reality TV is what killed
All right.
MTV.
What is Ron? This is for you too. What's your all-time favorite video? Do you have an all-time favorite music video?
Boy, that's tough.
I think I would go just for the whole aesthetics of it, not just the song, but the Janet Jackson video when she was in the warehouse dancing by herself. I really like that video.
That's good.
Yeah. Okay. Beatty, you got something?
Best music video.
Yeah.
Ah, that's tough. I got nothing. There's probably too many. I can't. narrow it down. I like a lot of Billy Idol.
You used to like a lot. I know
Yeah.
that.
That's because I like Billy Idol.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, LJ said Thriller. LJ said all the VJs are now on
Smooth
XM.
Criminal. Jacob and I, we like to rock out this little Smooth Criminal.
Yeah.
The lean.
Oh yeah. You've been hit by boom boom. You've been struck by a smooth criminal. Boom boom. Butter boom boom. Butter boom. Butter boom. Thriller, I remember when it debuted, and it was like late at night. It was like 11:30 or something, and I had my VCR set up to record it, and it was like a 20-minute video, and I was like immediately when it was done, rewatched it.
Now, I will tell you this. Mike Zeck and I, when we were in 1984, when we went out to San Diego Comic-Con, Thriller had just been released, and the video, and there was a girl, Chris Palomino, I still remember her name, that was kind of got to know us, and she did watercolors and very friendly, and she kind of hung out with us. Right, like 2 blocks away from her house was the house where they filmed Thriller, so we took the trip out and got to see it.
Oh, that's cool.
I mean, yes and no. It was one of those things where,
yes and no.
well, you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
For what it was.
Music videos. I want my MTV.
I want my MTV.
Isn't it? It's looking good.
Thank you.
Of course, it's you actually see it live.
Yeah.
The actual picture itself, much better.
Yeah.
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 Yeah, that's
So much more detail in those lines.
that's always the killer is when you, well, you know the snake eyes I did where, and if you look at the change in the video quality, it's a lot cleaner because I just shot it direct. It didn't go through streaming or probably a lot of compression on
YouTube.
YouTube. I mean, it probably did get compressed, but still, it's a lot more sharper and focused and stuff. So I really noticed that like right away. Dun, 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 dun.
It does have a good hook.
Don't it?
It do.
That's why it was popular. And that's why when you hear it to this day,
You got the right stuff, baby.
it's almost like getting rickrolled.
Now that was a good song. Yeah,
You know,
that
hey,
man came out,
that man had a voice.
and you would never believe it was coming out of
No.
his body.
No, that's the real rocker there, man. It's like,
I mean, that was solid.
are you kidding me?
I'll tell you who had a voice that I really liked, and he became almost like a cliche of himself with the hair and everything, but it was Michael Bolton. Just to listen to his songs, I liked his songs. I liked his music. You've been rickrolled.
I've been something rolled.
Rickrolled.
I've been New Kids on the Block rolled.
Oh man, it's stuck in your head, isn't it, Wick?
It is actually.
Dun, 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 dun. The only way you get it out is for you to perform that dance, sir.
Let me gird my loins and do it.
Boom, boom, boom. Do you know, this is no joke, that John Beatty was a dancer when he was young? Like, you know, like Fred Rerun Barry?
Not
that kind
professional.
of, you know,
make
you know,
it
that kind of, where like popping and locking and, you know, hitting the knees to the ground and coming up. He could do that. No joke.
I could,
He could.
and I did.
I wish we had had video back in those days.
All we needed was the technology of the phone.
Oh, I'm telling you. He could do it. He could do it. Not only could do it, did do it and would do it.
And my, what did we used to call, what was the shoes? Clogs? You know, with the big heel. Was it clogs too for guys?
I'll go with that. Platforms.
Platforms.
Wooden
That's what it
platform
was.
shoes.
With my platform shoes
Your
and
plaid pants,
plaid pants that had the cuff at the bottom. I forget what they were called.
cuffs at the
No,
bottom.
no. Were they called baggies, the pants?
No, those were a type of like swim gear.
Well, I know that, but I also think those pants from the 70s were,
Baggies.
because they had a cuff. They were kind of bell-bottomed. You know the ones I'm talking about, right?
Yeah.
You owned plenty of them.
Oh yeah. I had pants that were called elephant bells.
Yes, you
You
did.
remember the big bell bottoms? Like
Yes,
I had
I
some
do,
of those.
yes.
And then also you get the pants, the bell bottom, and then you would split the side and put extra cloth in there.
I don't think I ever did that.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Of course, you were a little bit older.
Did
than
you
me.
wear the puffy shirts?
I had some, and when I was younger, I had a couple. I had a purple one and a red one, and the scarves were reversed.
Scarf.
Yeah, a scarf. with
I
the
never
bagel
did the
towel.
scarf suit.
My mom bought them.
Yeah.
I actually have photographs of me
Now
wearing them.
that's funny. The scarf. I did have a fringe shirt that was purple with low cut. Looked like something Elvis would have worn.
A fringe
And
jacket? Did
fringe,
you ever?
no, shirt. And it had
Yep.
fringe.
Was it
Fringe
white or
coming.
was
No,
it?
it's purple. And fringe coming down with the big cuffs. Yeah, I thought that was pretty cool when I was in 8th grade.
And I bet when you look back on the picture of it now, you're probably like, yeah, I was rocking.
I was rocking it.
But, during that time
You know
period,
what I thought were really comfortable, and these were popular when I was in high school, was painter pants.
Yes.
I used to like the painter pants.
Yes, those were.
And the leisure suit, leisure suit.
Never had I was a little too young for leisure.
I had the leisure suit. The
I
high,
was-
and you had to be in better shape, good shape to pull it off. But the high waisted pants,
Never had those.
I had some high waisted pants. If I wore high waisted pants now, I'd look like Tweedledee or Tweedledome.
Well, what do you call what you're wearing?
I'll do the Clint Eastwood as I get older, and my pants will keep coming up higher and higher.
Yeah, but Clint still looks like he could kick your butt.
I don't know. Have you seen him lately in that preview for his new movie Mule?
Well, maybe he's acting.
He is an actor, you know.
Dang good one.
Yeah, he's a good
Great
director too.
Yeah.
Yeah, you gotta like some Clint Eastwood.
It's funny because Bella knows him as Gran Torino.
Get off my lawn.
When we were in DC,
Yeah.
Heartbreak Ridge was on.
Oh, that's a good one.
Well, it was like Embassy Suites we were staying in.
Yes, sir.
So they have like the little room in the front, like a little living room. And then they have the bedroom.
Right.
And Jacob was playing a game in the bedroom, and I was on a computer on my laptop here.
Right.
And Jacob heard like gunfire, so he went in there because some of his games have guns and stuff.
Right.
And I listened for a second, and I recognized the scene. I picked the scene out, and I said, Jacob, that's an AK-47. And so then, that's when Eastwood like ambushes his own guys with an AK-47 from behind, and he explains to him. And he goes, "That is an AK-47." And I said, "Yeah, I told you." I said, "This is a good movie." I said, "You might not understand it all." I said, "But it's good." So I went in and started watching it, and I think I remember doing the math one time. And when that movie came out, Clint Eastwood was like 55 or 56.
I think you're right. Yeah.
And he was in
tip top,
great shape.
Yeah.
It's like it was fantastic. It's like
Mario
wow.
Van Peebles was in that. And Clint had the gruff voice there too.
Oh yeah.
All right, boys. It's got those fine inclines going down. And you know what's going on in the back of his mind right now? Dun, 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 dun.
In my mind?
Yeah.
It is actually.
It stayed in mine too. I got to get it out of there.
I know. Something's gotta give.
Jar it loose.
You know what that's gonna take?
What's that?
Another worse song. Unfortunately.
We're going back. LJ, if you're still out there, type in a song that we can use to get that out of our mind.
Quick, somebody play The Bodyguard.
I.
Although I gotta admit, she's
Whitney
sung it well.
She did sing it well. She sang everything well. It's hard to believe. Well, it is hard to believe she went down that path that she went down, because she always seems so wholesome and just clean and pure. And
until
until she wasn't.
Bobby Brown.
Well, they blame Bobby, and
Well, I think there's a good reason why.
everyone blames him. And maybe you're right. You know,
Bobby's just like, I got no idea what you're talking about.
I had no idea.
Yeah, right. Hey, what's going on with Bobby Brown? Why don't you Google him?
What, and see what he's doing?
Yeah.
He's touring with New Kids on the Block.
Now that would be funny. No, he'd be back with Boys to Men.
Yeah, that would be his prerogative.
Isn't that where he started?
Yeah, and not Boys to Men, was it? No, it was new. What was
See,
it?
Ron knows. He just don't want to say. He don't want to blurt it out.
What was it? What was it? Bobby Brown started with.
It wasn't Boys to Men?
Let's find out. He started with the R&B pop group New Edition.
New Edition. That's right. Candy Girl.
Now that every little step. Don't be cruel. Roni. Rock with you. Humping around.
They were a bit young for that, don't you think?
I would say he married Bobby Brown in 1992.
He married Bobby Brown.
He married Whitney Houston in 1992.
That's more like it.
They had a child named
Bobby Brown.
Bobby Brown. She died as well, though, right?
I don't think so.
Says as a child, Bobby Brown was diagnosed with ADD and later with bipolar disorder.
Which Bobby Brown? The kid or?
No, the adult.
How old is he?
How old is Bobby Brown?
Yeah.
Let me look. How old? Let's hear some predictions there.
52.
All right. He was born in 69, so he's 49.
Wow.
You weren't off by much.
Yeah, but he's not even 50.
Little John says he's got a song that'll take that song out of your head.
All right.
It's a Small World. Oh, no.
Gotta hear it, though.
Little Q Moonblood said Charles Barkley's at the Tiger vs. Phil match.
Charles Barkley is the man.
Charles Barkley is. You've always liked Charles Barkley.
I have.
I think he's gotten more popular as he's gotten older.
He has.
Let's see about old Charles Barkley. Did you know that November is Wikipedia Asian Month?
Actually, I did not.
Well, see, you would think you would know that.
Why?
Because you know all these things.
I do. But that was your phone that just sent it, I think.
Yeah, I sent out a thing. Charles Barkley. How old is old Charles?
Charles is about my age, so I'd say he's 56 or 57.
Charles Barkley is 55. You're hitting within two of these folks, sir.
Well, I told you he's about my age.
Yeah.
I thought he was 1 year younger, but if he's 2, then, okay. So be it. Michael Jordan's right around there, too.
And Charles Barkley's nickname when he played basketball?
The round mound of rebound.
There you go. Bonus points for getting all three. Of course, you couldn't get it right without getting all three. Charles Wade Barkley.
Went to Auburn, Georgia.
He was a power forward. He was an All-American center at Auburn. One of the 50 greatest players in the NBA history.
Yes, that is correct.
He's as successful. Did you see? Do you remember when they were having that thing where you'd listen to it and some people would hear like Laura and some people would hear something else? Did you see what they did to Barkley on that?
Yeah, they actually put in a word.
Right. So they were talking about this and they didn't tell the other guys that were on. And they were like, hey, this is the internet sensation. You're either going to hear, and I'm going to say Laura or Laurel or Lauren. And so he was like, we're going to play it for you guys. We want to hear what you'd say. So the first guy was like, I hear Laurel. The second guy was like, I hear Laurel. The third guy was like, I hear Laura, Laurette, and the other one. And they go to Barkley, and he was like, I hear donuts. And the other guys weren't in on the joke, and they were like, what? And he was like, I hear donuts. And they go, no, really, Charles, tell us what you hear. We're going to play it again. So they went through and did it again. And he was like, I'm telling you guys, I hear donuts. Well, then they said, I was dying. I thought that was so funny.
The beauty of that is they couldn't let the other guys in on the joke.
Yeah.
Because then they would be probably snickering.
Right.
It would be hard. So when they actually, when Barkley said donuts,
he said it like he was almost embarrassed to say it. I hear donuts. Little Cuban Mud. Who showed you that? You did, Little Cuban Blood. You showed me that.
What, the Barkley thing?
Yeah. Anything sports related, Little Q is on.
How's his pitching arm?
He wasn't a baseball player, but he can still shoot the lights out.
I know he liked to gun the 3-pointer.
He could hit it.
Well, he tried more, you got to hit him, or you got to try to hit him, right?
That's right.
That's what I've always heard.
You miss every shot you don't take.
That's true. I believe Michael Jordan will say, or has been quoted as saying something along those lines. That
I'm telling you, that's a good-looking John Wick.
Well, I'm thinking this.
I'm thinking I'm back.
No, I'm thinking, let me get Wick done. We'll take a break. Get me a little snack, little substance, little drink, because I didn't,
That you won't drop your racer in?
Yep. And then I'll come back. Actually, I have a little bit of my LaCroix lemon water.
Lemon water. Lemon jello.
Fletch. My name is Bob Lemongello. We get a little substance and then come back and hit the
Kata,
and then start the drawing, which actually goes to Ron.
Very cool.
Sound like a plan?
Sounds like it could be.
Uh-oh. That sounds like somebody is losing something.
I'm still kind of pretty peppy, really. Surprisingly so.
I am too. I'm just thinking this would be, once I get this done, it would be a good way to let this get completely dry on this side. And so I don't, lose my focus.
And that's something we don't want you to lose.
I would take a, short break, not one of the extended ones, and then never get back like we used to, because we'd always eat too heavy.
Yeah. We've done that before, and we're like, we're coming back, and we come back, and we're like, we're really tired.
Yeah, we're gonna do okay. We're not really coming back. We decided.
Well, we've been going at it since 1 o'clock, and it is, let me see.
3.
Is it 3?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's 3 o'clock, so we've hit 2 hours on it.
That's not bad.
That's not, no, it's not. No, it's not.
I mean, especially when you look at this luscious
line work.
And you got to remember now, I've done most of this in ink.
Yeah.
Which is kind of the fun part for me, actually.
I can see that.
I didn't know it was showing, but bad jokes, right?
Bad jokes that's still all right.
Bad jokes are,
Bad jokes are better than no jokes.
So how many people are we got here, and what's going on?
All right, Little John says I got to head out. I'll see y'all later. LJ, thanks for swinging by.
And Mike Cross has already crossed out, right?
He's crossed over. I'll tell you, though, when we're getting our snack, we'll send it out again, and we'll get some new blood in, and first blood. Some new blood in, and It'll give the people that are watching the time to get them a little something to.
That's what, well, you know,
Well,
just give everyone a little break.
it always amazes me how much ink a brush can hold,
Oh yeah.
and that it doesn't all come out at one time the way you can.
Oh, it can.
No, I know that if I was doing it, I know what would happen.
Well, it can't all come out at one time, but
Yeah.
if you blot the brush down, it's gonna shoot a lot of ink out. That is for show. Faux show, Mr. Zablo.
Yes, sir.
Dun, 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 dun. Faux show.
Dun, 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 dun.
Dun,
Oh no!
dun. Yeah, that's the one that's still sticking. I'm trying to get it out. I was trying to get a little Leonard Skinner going, maybe to ease that pain. But you brought it back home. All you need is that dun, dun. You know?
I hadn't thought of that song in probably 20 years.
Probably. I'm with you there. Ron was listening to it on the car.
Ron was listening to it on the way in. That'd be funny. Ron driving from Ocala. He's just rocking out to the kids on the block. I'd have been here sooner, but I had to take a couple laps just to finish the album.
It was a hard find. I went by Walmart. I went by Best Buy. People were looking at me like I was crazy.
When I play it, I crank it.
Roll the windows down and crank it loud. Loud and proud. It is hypnotic. In that weird, right?
Yes, sir.
Or is it just me?
It's not just you.
Well, that's good because I was beginning to get a little bit scared.
That's scary that you're scared.
Yeah. Okay. I can't stop now. Yes.
No violations. No violations. We're already fighting the one with the
with
Mr. Huggins.
Well, we're not fighting it. Because I don't think it's been around long enough for somebody to say, "Oh, there was a." I should just go back into that video and mark it up to a just to be safe. But I don't think it's going to be any problems.
Yeah. Well, I don't know that. I think we covered it up pretty good with.
Yeah.
Oh, whoa, hey.
I don't know, Ron. You was it pretty easy to hear? You just knew that he was running off the rails by Craig and I going, whoa, right? Yeah. Yeah. Well, when I was doing a live cast here one day, the people were right here next to my window and I wasn't saying anything and they were having a conversation and I'm like, I wasn't paying attention. All of a sudden I heard a couple of F-bombs and other words go off and I'm just like, whoa, I started like humming or something or talking going, I need to say something because some people here in the office building are talking a little salty and I don't need YouTube coming down on me for language because
Talking a little salty there.
You're allowed to use language, but you have to mark your
mature audiences.
Yes. People have to know going in that that's one thing I will give YouTube, I'll give them credit for that they're, they are fair about, you know, that you can. They're not saying you can't curse. They're just like, hey, if you're gonna do it, and I'm sure there's some cursing that's, you know, like if you say a not so bad curse word, it's probably fine under the guidelines. It's when you get into the Craig Zablo's friends curse words. Bump bump. Oh man. Bump bump. Ba da da.
In the first, in the first John Wick movie, they asked John Wick if he's back, and what he says is, "Yeah, I'm back." So when we come back, JB, you've got to give your best John Wick and tell the folks, "Yeah, I'm back."
I don't remember his voice being very.
I was giving it a gravelly voice.
Yeah, I just remember it kind of being like,
"Yeah, I'm back."
like, you know, Reeves just kind of, you know, like a serious type of, yeah, I'm back. I mean, a little bit, but not overplayed.
Right.
He, you know, I gotta say that the movie, I was skeptical at first. I'm like, really,
Yeah.
this guy, and then he really pulled it off.
Yeah, he did. I have to agree with you, sir. Because when you're right, you're right. And you're right. That's a tough beard, too.
It's like I was telling Craig, his beard goes up high. You know, it's like they kind of feathered it up on his cheekbones, let it grow high, and it wasn't really, you know, didn't seem like it was that trimmed. Or it's just a weird, you know, in a good way type of beard. Let's see. Chopper Nayers, or Nawers, Nawers, replied, awesome and talented people. That must be, that's through my friend Von Glitzka put a thing on who to follow. So
Noah, the Hyper Potato says, nobody agrees with me.
About what, Noah?
I'm not sure, Noah. About what?
Maybe about John Wick.
I'm not sure. Craig was just saying, I agree. You're right.
To what, though? I forgot.
Help me out there, somebody. I'm not sure.
Oh, the more you do it, the longer it's going to stay.
And you know, I don't want to keep doing it, but there's just right stuff.
Now, but when we actually listen to it, that may kill it.
That could, because it'll get it out of our system.
No, well, that, but it also may not be as catchy as we remember.
Oh, I think it is.
Oh, come on. I was trying to talk myself out of it.
If you'd have told me, if you just said, hey, the song The Right Stuff's going to stick in your head, I'd be like, there's no way. I don't even remember it. And then
it's not the song. It's the hook there. It's the musical hook. Don't you think?
I think you're right. I think it's Pack Your Grip.
Taking you on. That's a fantastic job. What's that?
John Wick.
Oh, what I'm doing? Oh, well, thank you, Ron.
Thank you there, Ron. Ron was the guy at the pool hall, too. Wasn't he?
Huh?
Wasn't Ron the name of the guy at the pool hall? With the radio voice?
That was Rod.
Rod, that's right, Rod.
Craig, I used to do voiceover for the radios. Anybody want to play some one hole?
No, it says the first time was a great time. The second time was a blast.
Yeah, it's funny because even my feed here, it's, I mean, it's okay, but you look from that to the original and you really, that's where scanning comes in and posting it. Yeah. All right. Well, I know I need to take a short break.
How long is a short break, sir?
30, 40 minutes, just enough to stretch my legs, use the restroom, get a little
sustenance.
Yeah, we'll see. Just, slab of cake or something. Yeah, it needs some tea or something. Yeah, exactly. Just see what I don't even know what's open around here after Thanksgiving, but we'll find something. All right. What do you think, Mr. Zablo?
I'm with you.
All right. So with that, we will be back. What time do we got here?
3:17.
3:17. Give it an hour, like 4:15.
All right.
An hour sounds about right. So I hope that anybody who is currently watching will try to get back if they can. It will be posted. I appreciate everybody that came out for the first session of this piece of artwork today. And I do this for my buddy Craig, not for any other reason. So if y'all return, it's for him.
Come back for me. Come back.
So with that being said, let me go ahead and end this so that we can get out of here and get a little fresh air and a break, and we'll see you back at 4:15.
See you back at 4:15.
All right, let me stop the broadcast.